Hi, my name is Kirk Hamilton, your host of the Staying Healthy Today show. This is the show where we bring you key experts in the fields of nutrition, prevention, integrative, and lifestyle medicine. Today's show topic is the role of polymicrobial infection in coronary artery disease and why a plant-based diet may help prevent and reverse heart disease. My guest today is a Dr. Stephen Fry. I happened to meet him at a recent conference on the heart and integrative medicine in Philadelphia a couple of weeks ago. And he is the director and founder of the Fry Laboratories. It's a laboratory that in Scottsdale, Arizona does very sophisticated assessment for infectious agents as a potential cause of chronic inflammatory conditions. And Dr. Fry was a microbiologist first, and then he studied molecular biology, and then he went to medical school. He went out and practiced general medicine for some time before starting his laboratory, and his passion was to really find out, what were the causes of these chronic inflammatory diseases, and he was always looking for an infectious component. And when he couldn't find laboratories that could do the right assessments, he created one on his own. But one of the things that triggered his interest, he remembers, is he did a surgical pathology rounds in his training, and they would take biopsies of actually arterial plaque. And he found, he would see a slime, kind of gunky substance in the arteries and also on the equipment. And this later turned out to be what was known as biofilm. And so the suspicion that there was an infectious cause or an infectious agent in the plaque always kind of stayed with him. And then he eventually went to a conference on biofilm, and it just kind of opened his eyes on this. Biofilm is what is secreted by the organisms. It's lipopolysaccharides, and it's kind of a protective layer that protects the organisms from being killed, that allows nutrients to come in, DNA to go out. But it makes it difficult to treat because drugs sometimes cannot penetrate the biofilm. So he started a laboratory, and one of the things that he has come up with is he still believes, and he would like to test this theory that arterial plaque is caused by an infectious organisms. And they've done small sampling, but he would like to do a study where you took several hundred people from around the world in different areas, and you did samples of the plaque. That means you have to go in the artery and take samples, and then see what type of organisms exist in this biofilm. And what he believes, it's going to be fungal. In fact, he strongly believes that. Then there's other organisms that come along, kind of go along for the ride. So in that conversation I had with him, he also talked about, I said, well, how does a whole food plant-based diet work? It's been shown to reverse proven coronary artery disease by Dr. Esselstyn and Ornish. And he happens to know Dr. Colin Campbell, who's one of the kind of the leaders in the whole food plant-based movement. He's talking to him about this, and he's actually put his wife on a whole food plant-based diet following the Esselstyn model, and because she had significant heart disease problems, and they went away. And so he's tried this on numbers of patients, and he's seen quite remarkable results. So there may be, in the whole food plant-based diet concept, the plants have phytochemicals that may help break up biofilm or even protect against the infectious agent. Also, whole food plant-based diets have, how they might work is that they don't have animal protein. And when he was talking to Dr. Campbell and Dr. Campbell's early work in studying pork models of cardiovascular disease, he said the most atherogenic agent wasn't carbohydrates and fat, it was actually protein. And we know Americans eat 30 to 50% of their calories come from protein. They eat very high protein diets. So maybe that's a cause. So in the interim, before they find a cause, before they find these agents and then find a cause, and multiple drugs might have to be used to break up biofilm and kill the agents, a whole food plant-based diet is the way to go. So there's a very interesting interview. It's about 23 minutes or so. I think you'll enjoy it. So below it, I always have a summary. I have a written summary and links to Dr. Fry's lab and links to some of the articles. So my name is Kirk Hamilton. This is the Staying Healthy Today show. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.